Hello farmers and welcome back to No Man's Land. We are now in the month of August and the oat harvest has just started. I got Frank or Mrs. Frank, I don't know who's in the combine, but they're harvesting our first oat field for the day and making a nice straw swath so I can pick up some straw later on. I did finish the wheat harvest and made all the bales. The bales are still sitting in the field. I don't know how I'm going to pick them up yet, but I'll take care of it later on. As you can see, I am delivering some furniture, 9,000 liters of furniture down here. It's just a little over 2,000 per, so I'm going to get like 18 something and change. Because, well, we need some cash in the bank account. I don't have nothing to buy particularly that costs that much, but it's just, I wanted to get something more than 20,000 in the bank account in case I need it. And then I have to sell later on. And since the furniture price was still pretty darn good, we're selling that this morning. The sorghum flour is all taken care of. That, so we got a whole bunch of flour at Bread Pit, but we're not going to turn that on until next month, the bakery, to make bread. Let's see, what else is going on? Well, you can see I'm coming down here. What am I picking up? We are picking up mineral feed. Yes, we are, and I can't pick that up. Isn't that on a Euro pallet? Okay. 855. Okay, object's too heavy. Well, let's fix that. Turn on super strength. Let's go ahead and pick that up. That's a Euro pallet. I'm surprised I can't pick that up. Anyways, so the reason why we're picking up mineral feed is we're going to be feeding our cows total mixed rations today. And I did a little bit more research on the TMR. And from what some people are saying, and you guys did leave a couple comments as well, with adding mineral feed to the TMR, it's supposed to make the cows not eat as much TMR than if it didn't have mineral feed. So adding mineral feed will actually reduce how much TMR your cows currently need. So here we are. We bought 1,000 liters of TMR of mineral feed, and we're putting that into our TMR mixer today. And that's the first thing we're doing. We're going to go over and take care of the cows first thing. The cows actually have made a good amount of milk. I'm actually surprised about that. But when I show you the stats of the cows, I'm a little confused of what's going on there. And I'll show you what I mean here in just a moment once we get over to the cow barn. We got to go back and forth a little bit from the cow barn because our hay and straw is over at the cow barn, but our silage is, of course, over by the sheep. So first things first, let's cut across here because since we don't have a road, it's okay to cut across. So yeah, we got to put some mixture into the TMR mixer, then go get silage, and then come back and put the straw in. So we're going to put a bale of hay in, so that's 8,000 liters. We're going to go pick up about 8,000 liters of silage, and then we're going to put in a little bit of mineral feed, and then top it off with some straw. Straw is kind of like a filler, so that's what we're going to try to see. And then once I get the recipe down for perfect TMR for us, then hopefully it'll be embedded in my brain for at least more than 5 minutes. And that way, every time I feed the cows, we're good to go. But the cows are doing really, really well. Better than expected. And like I said, once we get here, I'll show you exactly what I mean about what's going on. I gotta get some. I got a lot of work to do here on the farm. We're getting our hands full. Manure. Yep, we got manure. We got slurry as well. But let me go ahead and get the cow page. So we sold the furniture, by the way, for $2,047 per. Let's come on down here to where the cows are. No, not the sheep. Where are the cows? Right here. So this is where I'm a little confused. So hay is 80%. So I assume that's going to get their health maybe up to 80%, but productivity is at 100%. Seems kind of weird. I kind of expected if you're giving them grass 40%, you would think productivity would be 40% because they're not getting TMR, they're not getting hay, they're getting like the cheapest food that there is for them. So I'm not really sure about all this anyways. But you can see, yeah, we did get 735 liters of milk already from the cows. So originally when I said we're not going to need the dairy production for a while, they actually produce a good amount of milk overnight. Let's go ahead and we are going to open up this door. I kind of left everything where it was. So that way we can get in here and feed the cows their lovely TMR. Alright, I think this is empty, right? Yes, the mixer is empty. So let's go ahead and detach all that. Alright, so one hay bale is what we'll start with. We'll put the hay bale in. The mineral feed will be probably maybe close to the last thing we put in. Or second to last thing. Is this grass field already ready for harvest? That grass looks like it's already for harvest. That grass seemed like it grew rather quickly. Alright, I didn't realize it's been 3 months already. But oh well. Like I said, I got a lot of work to do in the month of August. A lot of work. As for the spinnery and everything going there, everything is going smoothly. We got a good amount of clothes piling up. But the clothes pricing sucks. It's like low 7,000. So I think the best price we have seen is 10,500. But I mean, if I need cash, it's there. Now I was looking into today leasing the baling trailer, so we can pick up the bales out the field. We're gonna have a lot of straw. But the price to lease that baling trailer is like $5 grand. I'm like, okay, for $5 grand, probably not going to do that. All right, so here is 8,000 liters of hay going on in. I said going on in. You're going to fall off or not? Come on, fall off. All right, how about if we force it off? There we go. Now it's off. Alright, now we gotta take a trip over back to the main farm. Our silage is ready, so we'll go over there, put the bucket on. I think we're gonna throw about 8,000 liters of silage in. We'll see how the mixture is going then. Currently, if we bring up the helper mod, there's our ratio right there. So, yeah, it's all one. So let's go back over to the main farm, throw some silage in. Like I said, probably about 8,000. And we'll see how that looks. So you can see, yes, I did finish the wheat harvest yesterday, and the weeds already growing in. I actually got to get someone over here to start plowing the fields, but we got to get the straw bales out of the field first. You can see our combine is going to work. Just going to let that go on through. The McCormick is all set up with the trailer already on it, so I just got to go over and collect it when ready. Are you full? Is that what you're trying to tell me, Mr. Combine? Because you're not moving at all. And I'm trying to figure out what you actually been doing over here. Oh, you haven't made it around the headland completely. I know what you're doing. I think I know what you're doing. You're trying to give me some space in the field to pull up next to you to unload. So I did have a quick look around because I mentioned, I think it was last episode, about the mod Follow Me. And as far as I can find it, well, I didn't find it at all. It's not out yet for Farming Simulator 22. So I did check on that. Like I said, I did check up on the mineral feed for the cows. Like I said, the only thing that a lot of people are saying is it doesn't up the production of milk or anything like that. All it does is it reduces the amount of TMR your cows require for feed. So that's a big thing. And I did, and I have not tried it yet, I did edit the XML file for the baler for picking up straw. I haven't tried it yet, so I don't know if I did the correct numbers or not, or if it's going to work at all, so who knows. But we'll find out here. Probably at the end of the video, I'll be starting to go around and picking up some of this straw and making some straw bales. So all the oats that we are collecting today in the harvest, we'll be going over to milling it over to make some oat flour. Had to pause there for a second to make sure I was saying the right type of flour. Alright, let's go over to here. Nope, before I do, I need the shovel on the front loader. Where is the shovel? It's been a while since I actually used the shovel itself. Is it on the back side of this? Yes, it is. Alright, so let's go ahead and drop off the bale spike. That's not going to help us pick up silage. Now I'll drive through the trees. Every time I say, oh yeah, I mean, look at all the stuff we bought a couple episodes ago, and it's like, oh yeah, we narrowed down what we need to buy. And then as I do some more farm work, it's like, well, I still need this, still need that, that's still needed. Sheds we still need. It's like, okay, I gotta stop thinking about all this stuff. We have a lot of stuff that we still need here on the farm. But you gotta do things, prioritize things when you need them. Alright, so now we gotta detach this. Alright, so this is a 1,000 liter bucket, I do believe. I wonder if I pick up this grass. Well, it's only 3 liters, but hopefully it converts it on over. Alright, so gotta put in 8 buckets, and that tree is kind of in the way of our view, isn't it? It's too bad I can't see the status of the mixer. Alright, so I'm going to count to myself out loud. So I'll bring you right back once we get our 8 buckets in there. And if I'm counting correctly, this is the 8th bucket we're putting in there. So hopefully we get the mixture just right. Now, it should have changed because we just have hay in here, but now we got hay and silage. It should have changed to forage, I do believe, with those 2 mixtures. And I'm not really sure I know what you can do with forage. I never tried. I don't know if you can sell it or what you do with it. But I mean, it's actually a thing in the game, so let's see if I turn this on. Alright, so yeah, we're pretty much even Stevens there. If I turn on the mixer, I don't know if it's going to actually do anything, but we will turn it on just when it starts mixing. Although it will slow us down a little bit, so maybe I'll wait until I get back over to the other farm. Back to the cow farm, so I'm going to drop off the bucket, pick up my bale spike, and then we'll put some straw in, or maybe some mineral feed first. That might be a better thing to do before I put straw in. Of course, as I get over here, I realize I probably really need the pallet forks to use the mineral feed, but, well, I use super strength to put them on the trailer. Maybe I'll have to use super strength to get it off the trailer. Let's come over here. I did empty out the combine while I was over there. We're just about full. As of right now, I'm just going to throw all the oats that I'm harvesting into the silo, and I'll have to bring it over to milling it over later on. Let's go over to here, and yeah, I'll pick this up, and I hope it doesn't take... Oh, it's taken... Wow, that pickup area is rather close. It's already taken mineral feed there. So that was like 25%, like 250 liters. And that's only 2%. So I got to be higher than that? Let's try to put 500 in. Alright, so now I can definitely see I'm in the green. Alright, let's go ahead and detach this, and this. Do I have a straw bale anywhere around here? No, I do not. Well, I guess I gotta go. I should have picked one up on the way through. Give me a moment. Brought myself over a couple of bales, should only need one. But what I'm going to do is put the fent on the TMR mixer. That way I can kind of see the mix ratio going on here. Nope, you gotta detach the auto-loading trailer first. Now, it's not even going to take one full bale because there's not enough room for it. But once we know the mixture, it should be pretty darn good to go. See how this mixture turns out. Let's go in here and we're going to turn it on. So currently that's what our mixture looks like. We're all in the green for hay, silage, and mineral feed. Let's go ahead and drop these off here. And if I just hover this above here, is it just going to take it from here? Do I got to drop the bale in? How's that going to work? Because there's no way it can take all 9,000 liters. It shouldn't be able to. Alright, so if I put it down low enough, it'll take it. It takes it slowly. Let's see, how are we doing here? So we should have... Oh, crud. I'm over on the straw. Now I think I got forage. Alright, so one straw bale is too much for that mixture, so I'm over just a tad. It's not like you can just take it out either. I do believe that's the symbol for forage. So, yes, back into the trigger. That is technically forage. Now, I'm kind of curious. The cows can accept forage, but it doesn't actually show it here. So, I wonder what it's going to show up as when I'm just going to put a little bit in. What does that register as? Let's see. We got 25,800 liters of hay. So it's counting as hay. Well, what do you know? So I took some of that out, which is fine. So what we can do here, now I got this somewhat emptied out. Let's go ahead and, if I go ahead and grab another hay bale and put that in, I think that will get us back to TMR. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're kind of learning on the mixture here a little bit. So next time when I do this, if this works out well, I'll put in one full hay bale, and then next time I'll probably put in, instead of 8,000 liters of silage, I'll put in 10,000 liters of silage, and that should compensate for putting in the extra straw at the end. So forage counts as hay. I never actually used forage at all, so I was kind of curious. So it's like, well, let's go into the cow barn and see what we get here. Now this is where the only thing that kind of sucks when you're a single player and you're trying to do this for the first time for a mixture. I cannot see what the mixture is because I'm in another vehicle trying to fill it on up. So you got to like jump from one vehicle to another, as you saw. And by the time I got there, it's like, oh, okay. Now just keep in mind that if you're using a modded mixer, the ratios can be different. So just keep that in mind for yourself. So if I lower that down, that should start taking the hay, correct? Alright, so you took... I did leave that on, right? Why is that not taking the hay bale? Do I have to turn this off for it to accept it? I think I left it on before. Alright, this just worked a second ago with a straw bale. There it goes. You actually got to get it down and in there just quite a bit. That is taking a lot more than I wanted it to. So, I think we're back to TMR. I think I can put more hay in. I think it'll take the rest of that bale just fine. So let's go ahead and... You gonna take the whole bale? Almost. Alright, so now we got 24,000 liters. This should be considered TMR. Now, I don't know exactly on the mineral feed how well it's going to do, but I'm trying to figure out how the game is knowing that there's actually mineral feed in there. TMR, that's what we want. Let's go ahead and unload that into the feed trough, because when you come into here, it doesn't actually show like TMR with mineral feed. So I'm trying to figure out how that works. Not too sure. So yeah, I can only put so much feed in there, so I only got 6,000 liters of TMR, and the rest is hay / forage. All right. Well, I got enough to feed the cows for a while. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and leave that right in here. Nope, turn that off first. And we'll leave that parked right here. So I wonder if it's going to be the same way as it was in 19, to where the cows are going to take the TMR first, then they'll eat the hay, or are they going to eat the combination of both? I have no idea. All right, so let me just go back here into the cow stat. So water, they should be fine on. They got bedding. TMR, yes, they got that. So I wish I could take the hay back out and do something with it, but can't. So it is what it is. Where is my mineral feed? So I still think 500 liters of mineral feed would be good. Can I add, like, well, no, because the feed trough is full. Mineral feed is not accepted here, so you just can't toss it in there after the fact. All right, so we'll go ahead and put that there for now. Yeah, it's getting to be a mess around here for darn sure. But in the future, once we have our silo bunkers over here, all the bales will be over here, making the mixture will be a little bit easier. So hopefully I can remember for next time. Let's see, what do I need to bring back with me? The auto-loading trailer needs to go back to the main farm. So yeah, one hay bale, one full hay bale for us, which is 8,000 liters. Then 10,000 liters of silage, 500 liters of mineral feed, and then the rest for straw, and that should get us a good mixture. Well, we'll let the cows do what they got to do. They should be happy now they got some TMR. I got to go back over and see what the Frank is up to. It's either Mr. or Mrs. Frank. I didn't really see who was working today. Probably needs to be unloaded by now because I really wasn't paying attention if they were full or not. And then, yeah, we're going to take the Fent here, put our baler on, and I'm going to see if my XML file corrections have helped us picking up most of the straw when we pick up the straw swath. At least I hope it does. Well, before we get to baling some straw, you can see the combine is just parked over there nicely waiting for us, and they're currently getting paid to sit there and do nothing, so let me go over here and unload them. Yeah, I think a trailer in the future is going to come in handy. This does hold 12,000 liters, but I'm going to have a lot of oats here that I need to bring over to milling it over. So I think this is like the third trailer I've unloaded so far. Now, the one thing I don't know is, are you going to... Well, I didn't get close enough for you. Are you going to take off once we start unloading? Or can I get in your way here? Kind of an old trick from 19. If you had it to where the combine can harvest while it unloads, they usually would take off. But if you park in front of the header like that, you're kind of blocking their path and they won't move. So I'm just doing an old habit that I have from 19. I don't know if that's in the settings here yet or not. So it should be like just shy of 9,000. And he or she should continue. I should see is working because I got to give credit where credit is due today. Yeah, it looks like a Mr. Frank is working today. Of course, we got Frank, we got Mrs. Frank, we got Frank Jr., and we got Francine, depending on how many workers we got going. If I got more than 4 workers going, then yeah, I really need to slow down what we're doing here. But we do have a lot of work that needs to be done. Because we got to convert those fields over and get ready for planting some wheat/barley in it for next year for the chickens. But all these oats that I'm putting into the silo for now is just making it more convenient for me. But if we had ourselves a bigger trailer, I could just keep unloading the combine over and over again, and then it'd take one trip over. But basically, this trailer can only hold 1 combine load, so got to come over, unload it, and in no time, Frank will be full of oats again. Alright, so this will be the first time I've used a baler since I've edited the XML file to make the straw pick up a little bit wider, I think. So let's go ahead and put that down here. And apparently I did something completely wrong because it's not picking up straw at all. I increased the number, so the pickup area should be bigger. But it looks like I may have broke it. So that's not going to work. So let's turn that off and leave that there. I'll have to take care of that afterwards and go back to the... if you ever edit an XML file in a mod, make sure you always save the file before you edit it. That way you can always just throw it back in there as it was. So apparently I changed the wrong number. I thought I changed the right number, but yeah, I only did it for about 2 minutes before I started recording. I didn't bother testing it at all. Alright, so what I am going to do now, since I'm not picking up straw, and I'll be picking it up later, let me rotate back around here, because right now, milling it over is not making any flour. So let's go ahead and we'll grab some of these oats that we've been collecting. And so far we do... oh yeah, so we ended up with 44,569 liters of wheat. And currently we already got 27,000 liters of oats off the first field. And we got 3 fields to do. So 12,000 liters at a time. The one thing I did not check today, but it's not like I got the money to do so. The baling wrapper is on sale for 20 grand. Long pause there, I know, because 20 grand for the baling wrapper will be a lot cheaper than putting silo bunkers down. I did not expect that in the store today. And I know originally I said I'd like to stick with the silo bunkers because it does make it more, because where I live we do actually have a lot of cow farms around here, and they all use silo bunkers. The smaller farms tend to use the bale wrappers, but the bigger farms always have silo bunkers. So, but 20,000 is definitely cheaper than moving to silo bunker. I'm just trying to think, when I make the mixture, it'll probably still be easier if I use the bucket. Yeah, I think we're just going to go ahead and stick with just staying with the silo bunkers, even though I don't have them down over there yet. Yes, the wrapper, since it's only 20 grand, is cheaper rather than put down the bunkers. But yeah, we're going to stick with the silo bunkers, I think. I think I'll just look better over there, having a silage pit over there. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Stick with what the original plan was, even though it would be nice to have the wrapper, because in the long run it would save money. But time-wise, I'm not sure. Time-wise and putting all that extra workload on your tractors, because now you got to go out and wrap the bales. Yeah, long thought process there, trying to think it over. So next month the bakery will be turned on, because we'll start selling the bread in November. So we'll turn it on like mid-September. That way we'll make it through October. And like perishable items we're trying to sell at least every 2 months. Let's go ahead and dump these oats into here. So hopefully this weekend I'll get a chance to check my XML file on that baler and try to get it correct. But I goofed up somewhere, as we can see. Usually by making the number bigger on the pickup, usually it makes the pickup area wider. But it seems like that kind of reversed it completely. Maybe, I'm thinking I might have changed the wrong number because I did it quickly. Now, you know when you think you know you're doing something and you get kind of cocky about it, it's like, yeah, I know what I'm doing. Just got to change this number here. And then you realize afterwards, like, wait a minute, where did I goof up? What did I do wrong? So I'll have to go back in there and check it on out. But hopefully I'll have it situated. Let's see, this episode does go on a Friday, I hope. Yeah, I think this episode is Fridays. So yeah, I got a couple days to check it on out before I get Monday's episode out. Alright, so there's one load of many I'll be making on over here. So you can see what I'm saying by a bigger trailer. We got a lot of harvesting wheels to do, and we're going back and forth quite a bit. But luckily Frank is available to harvest for us today, so I can do a lot of running back and forth. But I was hoping in the meantime, while I was waiting for him to fill up, I would be over there with a Fent and the baler and making straw bales. Now we are going to have a lot of straw bales, so definitely possibly... I wonder how much it is. Now, I said I didn't want to do this, but for convenience, I may do it. So the bale loaders, this is what I was looking at right here. But I was actually shocked. It was almost like, well, it's $4.5 grand to lease it. I wouldn't need it for more than an hour. But how much is, just for curiosity... Oh, these are a lot cheaper. That holds... Okay, it doesn't actually say how many bales it holds. But if I were to lease this one, which is an auto loader, it's only 1,000. So we may try that out just to see how it goes. I mean, we pretty much know how it goes. We're just going to drive it to a bale, you know, pick it on up. The one downfall with a baling loader I'm looking at getting, when that unloads, it kind of stands up the whole trailer and stands them upright. Since it holds 14, that means it's going to be 2 rows of 7, so it'll be stacked 7 high. And our T6 front loader bale spike is not going to reach that high. So unloading the bales into the shed with that, that's where I probably would need a telehandler to actually get those top bales off. Or, you know, just transport the bales into the shed. And then when I need some straw bales from the top row, just knock the whole row over and then pick them up one by one. But yeah, so I may have to do some thinking on that as well. So basically, by the time I go back and forth here, and just as I say that, right on cue, Frank is saying, hey, the combine is full. So just by the time I go back and forth here, Frank is going to be full of oats. So yeah, I probably won't have time to shuttle back and forth to pick up the straw anyways. We're going to have a lot of straw. Now the question is, now that I kind of know roughly what our mixture needs to be for the cows, I can kind of guesstimate how much we're going to need for feed for the year. But I think for the first year, I probably will just keep everything just to make sure, because that'll kind of suck running out of everything. See, so now you're going to... Okay, so I didn't park in front of the header because I couldn't, because you had crops there. So I'll work alongside Frank this way. So in between episodes, I am probably going to... I don't know if I'll get all the oats harvested, but I'll definitely get... You're going to wait at the end of the field? Okay, I see what you're doing now. I'll finish up this field right here. Definitely get that second field done. The third field isn't as big. So we'll still be in the month of August. Then I can start making some straw bales as well. So maybe I'll have all the bales made in these 2 fields. But we need to pick up the bales in the fields that we have, because we got to plow those fields, get the stones out of there, and get ready for planting. Actually, we're just about ready for planting already. Isn't it September for wheat and barley-ish? What? I need... no, this one right here. September. September, we can plant wheat and barley, so next month. So we might be in the month of August for a little bit, because we got a lot of work to do. Of course, you know, we got to plow, then pick up the stones. So that takes a little bit of time as well. But I'm going to be shuttling oats back and forth to milling it over. Oh, that reminds me, I brought the oats over, but we did not. Let's come on down here, oats. Let's go ahead and activate that. And if we go to bread pit, we can see we already got 42,000 liters of flour already ready to go. So hopefully that'll help us bring in some cash. And then, yeah, we'll start expanding more on the farm little by little, because we still got more to get done over by the cow barn, and then do some landscaping. I think I want to work on the cow barn first to make it look nice over there. This over here does not look that bad, but the cow barn over there, we just got grass here and there. Need to make some pathing over there, make some more roads as well. But we'll work on it little by little. We're getting there. Like I said, this series is probably going to run on for quite a while. I think the longest series I've ever done in Farming Simulator may have been the Pacific Northwest, when we did the $55 million loan challenge. I think it was like 180 episodes, somewhere in that general area. But I can see this series going well beyond that, because this is like episode 50 or 51, somewhere around there. So, and we got a lot of production buildings to build. We got a lot of things to buy. We got a lot of things to add, like the pig farm, which is a little ways down the road. Sugar beet harvesting, potato harvesting, grapes, olives. We got a long ways to go. But as for today, that is going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in No Man's Land. But until then, Have a good one.